backwards if you think about it. Yes, that's my shampoo, fantastic, there we go. It's a step backwards, and it's incredible that Sacred 2 is able to have characters that not only act according to their personalities in-game, as I've said, medieval setting, and you are trying to be escorted and you are afraid, because in real life, in medieval times, back in medieval times, it was quite common that if you didn't live inside of the feudal lord lands, you didn't have any protection against brigands and mercenaries. So not only they act according to their personality, the person is afraid because he lives outside of a settlement, of a feudal settlement, but also let's continue with Orc Marauders and cover the final section of the Orc region, of the Swamp region. As we complete the quest, let's do that one. Let's continue with that one now that we've covered all of the quests in that last settlement. So yes, people, it's incredible that old school games, but in the case of Sacred 2, it has this medieval setting and characters act according to their personality, but not only that, they act according to the historical setting they are in. And the most brain dead argument that I see every time to justify DEI, scripting in games and those things, the most stupid argument that I always hear is, well, but there are zombies, there are werewolves, the game is not meant to be historically accurate. No, as I've said, the elements of a game can be historically accurate regarding some elements, but not regarding others. Because I love it when they say, if you see a lot of games on Steam that have this problem in terms of the grandeur category of my analysis, they have this problem of not having cohesion, of not having character cohesion, that characters don't act according to their personalities, their own personal personality, their personalities, and the historical setting they're in. They always say the same. But you didn't complain when there was a zombie in your game. That's the problem. That's called reducing the problem to the most bare bones, brain-dead simplicity possible. A game, like Sacred 2 proves it, can be historically accurate regarding the way characters behave in a medieval setting, and on top of that layer, completely dissociated, add the layer of fantasy, of including werewolves, of including zombies, and the like. But that does not mean that the characters have to act with a modern philosophical mindset, with a relativist mindset. Characters in Sacred 2 behave like real medieval people. The dialogue lines are 100% accurate when compared to historically accurate medieval phrases, because the game has a lot of tombs which replicate phrases from ancient times. The names of the characters are from medieval times, and all of that, you know what all of that implies? All of that implies quality, research, a lot of things by the development team. The fact that the developers of this game were German has a huge influence. For example, as I always mention, people, the geography, the very geography, is historically accurate. I mean, it's not the same as modern Europe, but for example, when you look at this island, isn't this the United Kingdom? Yes, it's the United Kingdom. Here, my beloved Italy. This is the Roman Colosseum. The accuracy, the historical accuracy, is there. The geographical, in this case, accuracy is part of the historical accuracy. It's geographically accurate. This game is geographically accurate. It's not only that characters act according to their personality and the medieval setting of the game. The game is geographically accurate. The weather that we mentioned on Tuesday of last week is also accurate. You see that in this one region we have a lot of rain. That comes from Northland Island that we explored at the beginning of at the end of June, and that's realistic weather. That's a realistic weather pattern. Because when snow collides with mountains, just like what happens in real life Ireland, it turns into rain. That's why you have a lot of rain in Ireland and Wales, for example, as a random example. The game has a lot of subtle development elements that involve a lot of research by the development team. And those things, I hate it when those things are not taken into account when reviewers are analyzing games. That's why today I wanted to focus on the grandeur category of the analysis, the impact of the ambience and the cohesion of the ambience on the player. Since we've already analyzed the stat system and the influence of the level design on the gameplay mechanics and the very subtle elements of the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics that we did on Tuesday and on Thursday. Today I wanted to focus on that, people. Because we take all of these things for granted nowadays, and it's a grave mistake. It's a grave mistake. Because this game is historically accurate, geographically accurate, and all of that takes a lot of development, of research and development time. Compare this, let's begin establishing direct comparisons. As I said, Divinity Original Sin, Baldur's Gate 3, to use popular games that we all know and are quite famous nowadays. Have you paid attention to the behavior of the characters in Divinity Original Sin and Baldur's Gate 3 by Larian Studios? In those games, due to the DEI policies that I mentioned and everything, characters act all the same. Monsters act like humans, animals act like humans, all characters, even if they come from different cultural backgrounds, act in a pretty similar fashion regarding their mindset and everything. There are variations, but they are never, they don't come even close to the stark contrast that we can see in Sacred 2. Unlike that, I always mention these people. This is the core concept. Take me to my home. This area anyone who used to be, my delicious muksup, always a walk, those bees. We have to score this guy. And like I always mention, people, all of the things that we analyze here on the channel, are a consequence of relativism applied to game reviews, of changing the object of analysis from the object to the subject. As I always mention, pour Titan Quest and Diablo, I always cite the same example. When a game reviewer says, if you like Diablo, you like Titan Quest because you like Diablo. You like Titan Quest or Torchlight because you like Diablo. You will like Lineage 2 because you like World of Warcraft. When you do that, that's a relativist mindset of analyzing metaphysical reality. This is a subconscious process that reviewers are not even aware of. But they are changing the focus of the analysis from the object to the subject. That's the thing that I always mention. And it's quite important. Because when the second you do that, the second you change the focus of the analysis, you are not taking into account the inherent properties of the object that you are analyzing. And one of the most stupid arguments, as I always as I commented, in terms of the grandeur category of the analysis, of the impact and the realism of the ambience, of the impact of the realism of the ambience on the player. Regarding that, due to the DEI policies that we get in modern games, in Divinity Original Sin and in Baldur's Gate 3, all characters are the same. So we go back to what I mentioned some hours ago. We go back to the same. We are diverse, we like diversity, we like diversity, we like this, so come, all cultures, Latins, blah 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 blah. We have reached the shaman's house. The score was successful.
Do I look like a pack mule to you?
Another pair of wayfarers. We'll have to sell it like this.
Aura of power emanates
Sadly.
from this item.
We'll lose the legendary, but it's two-handed. Ah, pole arm. There we go. I need to clean up my inventory eventually, it's just like the Inquisitor says. And it's just like that. As I've said some minutes ago. Come, all diversity, blah 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 blah. Come from different cultural backgrounds. But the second you bring a shard, a shred, a small portion, a shred of individual of an individual mindset, a shred of an individual mindset, the very second you have a thought that's different with these rules, no. When you have a thought that goes against this, no, that's it. That's pretty much it. That's end of the line for you, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You are fucking what was it? Far right. You far right. Nazi. Whatever. Which is actually it's all of those words are kind of like facade. Yeah, they are like facades because they're facades that actually try to convey you are not doing what you don't think what I think. Like you had a thought that goes against mine, and we cannot have that. Actually, it's a facade of a very a very emerald sample, you say? Let's see. This doesn't look like silver to me. No, I'm positive. This is nickel. Plain old nickel. Completely harmless to the inhabitants of Lizard. Okay. It's a facade for you don't think what I think, and it's actually it's pretty close to a dictatorship thinking like that. It's a mindset. It's a mental dictatorship actually. It's actually everything that it proclaims to fight against, because the second someone brings an idea to the table that challenges your own with logical arguments, of course, not saying I'm the savage that knows everything. No, with logical arguments. For example, when I say metaphysical reality is dissociated from our mental perception due to the fact that mental perception does not change metaphysical reality, and thus this is a gaming mouse and not a chair, but not because we all agree to call it a gaming mouse, and instead due to the fact that it has a specific combination of particles, atoms and molecules that make it a mouse, and we call it, and it's more accurate to call it a mouse because it has the shape of an animal that the human race has been in contact with for millions of years, so it's inherently a mouse. It has the specific molecular combination of a gaming mouse. The second I say this, Nazi, dictator, far right, whatever, whichever stupid facade you want to facade naming convention you want to come up with, whatever name calling you want to come up with, to say that I think something different than you do. Thank you. That was a long journey. Bring me 10 spider silk bags. Thank you. That was a long journey. Walking certainly is hungry work, isn't it? What I'd like now is a nice bowl of mac soup. I have everything we need, except for the spider silk bags. The soup tastes so plain without them. Would you gather a few bags for me? 10 bags would be enough. Alright, then let's explore this area. We've already... The werewolf hunt. Pretty interesting. Defeated. We need to kill 2 more. Alright, we can do that in our way there. But let's get out of here. Let's get on the move. Huh? Alright. Spider sail bag. That was easy. It was easy. Alright, it's around the place. So yes, people. Say yes. See how when I... See how we generally don't pay attention to all of these things, but they are quite important. And the stupid argument that we always hear is, you didn't complain about it when there were zombies in your game, and you complain when it's not historically accurate because we have communist characters in or socialist characters in a medieval setting. You complain about that, but you don't complain about the zombies. You don't complain about the plain fantasy. No, because it's a different layer that is added on top of the historical accuracy of the game. See the difference? But the problem is that this thought process sometimes is way too much for, sadly, and I say this deeply, sadly, people who are illiterate. And because one thing is not knowing something. There are a lot of things that I don't know about. Like all of us. One thing is that having a specific, not knowing about something specifically. There's a difference between that, not knowing about something, and proclaiming that you know when you have never put in the time and the effort of understanding the topic. And not even listening to what someone else has to say. It's a huge difference. Have returned unharmed, wonderful, and you managed to collect the 10 spider parts. I can start cooking immediately. Oh, I almost forgot. Here are your potions. Aha. Fantastic, I can go into the nutritious. You should have something and all it down. More than enough ingredients to make in the cold rolls. Again, if it wasn't for those beastly Can you kill some Olm for me? I'll reward you handsomely, of course. Alright, so there we go. And Olms to round it off. There's a difference between not knowing about something, being ignorant about something, like we all are, in different varying degrees, because we know some things that sometimes other people don't know about them, and vice versa. And that's natural, and the natural thing to happen and common. There's a difference between that and talking and expressing mental perceptions about things that we don't, that we didn't put in the effort to understand in the first place. That goes beyond the ignorance. That's kind of like trying to manipulate people because you haven't read about it and you are spouting your ignorance. You are spreading ignorance, right? It's a fine line, but it's a thin line, but that causes a lot of harm because if there is someone who is more illiterate or ignorant than you, maybe that person is convinced and the average amount of knowledge is destroyed. It's absolutely plummeted. It goes down drastically, the average. And people will believe that precisely reality does not exist, and there's only the sum of our mental perceptions, like what happens nowadays. So, tell me what part of everything that I've been commenting is related to National Socialism. Nothing. Nothing, people. Because I'm an Anglophile.
Another offering.
To a certain extent, and also a realist philosopher, which both of them are socially conservative, and they are the polar opposite of anything that comes close to socialism. Haven't you noticed that everything that I say has nothing to do, that it's impossible to connect it with with National Socialism, or anything that is related to that? That's the thing.
By the gods, what a creature.
So yeah. It's a trap. It's a philosophical. It's a fallacy. It's a mental fallacy. That is quite effective at convincing, but terrible at explaining the reality of the situation. But yeah, when you incorporate characters that act that are from a different cultural background, from a different country, clearly, make them behave like that. Not like what Baldur's Gate 3 or Sacred 2 does, or Sacred 2 no, or Divinity Original Sin does. Instead, be more like Sacred 2. We need more Sacred 2 games in this world, instead of more Baldur's Gate 3.
Left for that.
3s. Instead of more Divinity Original Sin. We need more Sacred 2 and less Divinity Original Sin. And less Divinity Original Sin in this world. So yeah, if I was impressed by this game previously, I'm even more
Check my inventory one more time.
now. To be conscious. To be conscious that you are ignorant is a great step to knowledge. This really. Precisely. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Pretty legendary phrase from Benjamin Franklin. But this one I think it's even better. To be conscious that you are ignorant is a great step to knowledge. Precisely, it's the first step. Precisely. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Justice delayed is justice denied. This one is the history of a lot of countries. Justice delayed is justice denied. In that sense, the US has the best system possible. Though you should eat to live, not live to eat, Socrates. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Amazing, this game is amazing. This one is the best.
That doesn't bother me.
This one is from Plato, from my school of thought, precisely. Ignorance, the root and the stem of every evil. What is food to one, to offer is to others bitter poison. Lucretius. No survives so fiercely as an evil tongue. Sydney. Why, good as well. I love this game. This game was made by the most intelligent developers ever, probably. It's absolutely incredible. The most probably the developer. If we made a competition, I think the developers of this game are the ones who read the most books ever in comparison to the rest. It's amazing. If we made a comparison and a competition, that would be the case. That would be the case. So today we diverged a bit from our original analysis, but after finishing it, that's for sure. So in terms of innovation, if we take into, let's combine all of the elements. Characters acting according to their personalities, and the medieval setting that they are in. The sound sample, the incredible variety of sound samples, the amazing medieval ambience, realistic medieval ambience, and everything. If we combine all of these elements, people, as a result, we get one of the most impressive, ambiences ever created in any video game period. It's absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible, and that should be praised. That should be praised. From the enemy variety to the dialogues, the quests that they have. There's a lot of variation in objective variety as well as the scored missions and everything. The game has such an impactful ambience that I also have to award it a perfect qualification in that regard. I'm absolutely astonished, surprised by the quality of the ambience, by the insane quality of the ambience. It feels so realistic. You feel in a real medieval setting, and characters act according to their personalities and everything, and there's no relativity. This game is free of relativism, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, which is correct, because in medieval times relativism was not predominant. So it is realistic. What do you want me to say? It is realistic. The game is realistic on every single detail of it. So incredible. It's true that games are developed by real people who are influenced by the real world. That's why we get most games nowadays that don't have characters acting according to their personalities, because developers are relativists. But it doesn't have to do with that. It hasn't. I don't think the developers of this game were actively thinking about everything that I'm commenting, about all of the philosophical analysis that I'm doing. But I can clearly see that they were in touch with reality. They put in a lot of effort into creating a cohesive, dynamic ambience for the player, and that should be praised, because this game has a much more objectively, it has a superior setting to Baldur's Gate 3, to Divinity Original Sin, to a lot of modern games, even more than Blizzard games. It's absolutely, this game is an absolute tragedy.
You can't get away from me.
Besides everything that I've been commenting in these 31 days of analysis, this game has such degree of, it's philosophically realistic. It has such degree of realism regarding its historical accuracy that it gets to the very minds of the NPCs, to their behavior, and it's absolutely impressive. It's absolutely impressive, people, because otherwise we nowadays get these plain dull DEI adapted ESG NPCs that are absolutely terrible, that are absolute garbage. And with this game we have And with this game we have a level of historical accuracy combined with a perfect medieval fantasy setting that is simply absolutely incredible. Anything other than perfection would be unfair with this game regarding its grandeur, its the impact of the ambience of the player, the different sound samples that I've been mentioning, and everything. So yeah, it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. The fact that it does not, the fact that it takes the figure of the medieval Inquisition seriously as well. Well, that one is a personal one because the Inquisition was mainly Spanish, but this one is a realistic representation. It's not one of those stupid demonized versions of it as well. But yes, pretty much. But yes, the game it's incredible how the game treats every faction in this game with an excellent degree of realism. So yes, people, yes. So yes, it's absolutely incredible. At the impairment movement, it's absolutely incredible. So I know that everything that I say, people generally is unpopular, but I want to at least provide you with something, with a point of view that at least contributes, with my mindset, with my own detailed point of view, with the specific features of my point of view, characteristics and everything, that at least provides you with, that at least contributes to helping you having a different voice, because otherwise everything becomes plain, dull and stupid, and we never reach any objective conclusions. It's actually the purpose is to actually at least contribute to having an open mind with
heretic figure. I am fully stocked.
With different observations of metaphysical reality, as I always say. So Rack is falling. Oh. Let me call my imp. We have a lot of stuff in here that we need to sell. Let me move that here, then we can deal with all of this. There we go. I know that it's unpopular nowadays, saying all of these things, and I don't do a very good case for myself at pretty much attracting audience for my stream and everything. I know that it's not that I don't say what people want to listen to. That's pretty much the case. I know that 99% of the time the things that I say are unpopular and pretty much are the polar opposite of being a populist, of telling people what they want to listen to. But as I've said, that's much more valuable for me and for you than listening to the very same plain and simple line of reasoning that you listen 24 hours a day. It enriches our minds it helps develop our minds
What move did you use that?
when we listen to different takes, to different mental perceptions, like the ones that I always mention. I know it's unpopular. I know that I won't get any other that I won't get any benefit from it. That, on the contrary, it will intimidate or scare most newcomers to the channel. I know that the very panels that I have are intellectually intimidating sometimes, but the idea is to elevate the average, because if you don't elevate the average, if you at least don't listen to intelligent opinion, to intelligent mental perceptions of reality, it never gets to, it's kind of like a pit you can never come out of. It's kind of like the cave allegory from Plato. It's kind of like the cave allegory from Plato. Like, all of the cavemen were in a cave, and none of them got out of the cave because they would always listen to the same. And it's kind of, it creates a closed system in which pretty much you always listen to the same mental perceptions, and it leads you nowhere. That's the thing. So even if it's unpopular, even if I would for sure would have many more followers and subscribers and everything here on the channel, I'd rather stick to my principles of increasing the average, of contributing with something that increases the average mental perception of those fortunate enough that discover my channel. That's the thing. So yeah, people, that's why, in case you're wondering, why I insist on treating all of these topics after, of course, linking them to the gameplay mechanics, after exploring the gameplay mechanics in my everyday analysis. That's the thing. That is pretty much the thing. And I think I should repeat it more frequently, because most of the time you don't even people sometimes they stumble upon the channel and they don't get to listen to all of this because of how long my streams are. And in 4 hours of stream, in 3 hours, 4 hours, they don't get to appreciate all of these ideas that, as I've said, they elevate the average analysis that we usually do of video games and everything.
This won't be easy for you.
So yeah, pretty much. Alright, and with that, we explored everything. Hopefully we can complete all of the side quests. So yeah, pretty much.
I only need to help.
Let's see if we can make this process faster. I cannot move. I mean, enemies in this area, they impair your movement so frequently that you... that is unbearable. So difficult to explore. Because I can see my spider dying anytime. If we can avoid them. And this is the last section of the map. No, don't die. There we go.
Can't carry that any longer. Heretic figure.
And I hate it when all those slight details are ignored by reviewers, because everything that I mention every night kind of like is mostly ignored by reviewers. Can you imagine how many games can you imagine how many games don't get a fair treatment because of this? Because we have reviewers that don't go beyond a plain simple analysis
Otherwise, this stays here.
of what they of the games. It's absolutely unfair.
This is only the beginning.
I mean, what's going on? That damage over time, I hate it. There we go. Alright.
Your countenance will be erased from this world.
There we go. I hate these spiders, they are the worst. Because poison damage is always involves damage over time. Alright people. Alright. With both of those things covered, in terms of the rest, the main plot of the game is also something that we should pay attention to. I love that since we're doing a dual campaign of it, we know that basically they are the what is it called? I think that is beautifully executed, the main plot of the game. Because if you pay close attention, you are meant to first do the good side quest.
Recognize your mistake.
The good side quest line, and then the evil side quest line. And if you do them in that order, you realize that the evil side quest line, it's a consequence of the first of the good side quest line. If you pay close attention, because you kind of like know that you are kind of like that you were an no, the other way. Sorry, that you first do the evil side quest line and then the good side quest line, because you realize that in the no, in the evil side quest line you realize that you were an inquisitor. So, but you cannot do the good side quest line as an inquisitor, which is locked to the good side quest line. So yeah, you can kind of like realize that maybe they were part of originally of the same huge storyline in the minds of the developers. It could be because they relate, because you were an inquisitor and now you're kind of you stumble upon your child who looks like a seraphim.
First,
so
I will make you bleed.
So yeah, it's absolutely incredible how both of the main plots could potentially be related. I want to think that Ayo had to kill the Olms and the werewolves, Silver. What's going on with those werewolves? Alright, and in terms of other innovations that I've discovered about this game, that we've discovered together in these 31 days of gameplay, besides the elemental stat system and the, and as I've said,
Disgusting creature. Many of those alive deserve to be dead.
The realism that I mentioned, look at other things like the level design, that the game combines procedural level design with handcrafted level design, which was uncommon back in the day because of Skyrim, but because, as I always say, Morrowind, pretty much Morrowind and Grand Theft Auto 3, basically changed the paradigm of having procedurally generated dungeons to having handcrafted level design. To go over there, what is I think I'm beginning to think that it's a specific werewolf.
What a disgusting creature.
Let's see. So yeah, as I say, people, I talk about all of these topics, the ones that we were talking previously, because I trust on the maturity of my audience. I trust on that, and I trust that you know and can at least listen to my logical arguments, instead of what we usually get, that is people who don't listen to them. So at the end of the day, if you think about it,
From this world, mind your head.
it's much more valuable. It's much more valuable. Wild werewolf, there we go. This one. It wasn't a specific one.
Just makes me stronger.
Anyone else? Wild werewolf, so they are different. Ah, yeah, because they are hunting the ones that don't that don't live at the settlement, that are not part of the pack. There we go. Let's focus on finishing let's focus on finishing the quests, because I want to clear all of these zone
What move did you use that time?
as fast as possible. So, fighter, don't tell me it died. No, it didn't die. I have the icon there. There we go. Alright, time to turn them in. See if we can... if there are no more nested quests, and with that we would be done with that section. We would need to go back there.
I have reached my destination.
Indeed.
What is going to happen now?
It wasn't silver. You can, for example, the werewolf here act according to their personality. That's why we started all of this weird and long analysis. They act according to their personality because they fear silver without being humans, without being humanized like in Baldur's Gate 3 or Divinity Original Sin. Like, they fear silver. They're different from humans. They bring the culture of the werewolves, let's say, without having that stupid globalist mindset of we all behave the same. That's it. So it's not silver, just plain old nickel. That's a relief. What great news. We can all sleep peacefully again. Thank you.
Everything
So see, they bring their own culture and everything. And pretty much, we don't turn them into something that they are not. Like that. Pretty much, the campaign was a success. Very good. Thank you in the name of the entire time. There we go. We got rid of the orders or whatever. Late shall defend. No, find me. Here we have a vendor. Let's stop and sell because we are losing a lot of money. We're losing a lot of money, and I'm honestly sick of it. I'm honestly sick of it. Bring me Ursus Inquisition here. Bring me this thing. Bring me this thing. Anireth's Lightning. Ranquil's Dark Flame. We are beginning to loot a lot of legendaries. Regeneration penalty from buffs. Oh, this one is brutal, huh? Attack value plus 22. But it doesn't have elemental damage. So we'll keep it there. Daneland's Haughtiness, 83, 70. Goodbye. Arm Guards of the Energy. There. Damn it. Armed guards of the energy. Where are they? Here. Here we go. Now we sell them. Very good. Yes. Because yeah, at the end of the day, that's what you want to. That's what the developers generally want to do with RPGs. Convey the fact that we have different, that you explore, that you travel through different cultures and everything, and you cannot do that if you have that shitty globalist mindset of, okay, bring me your culture. I know, but the for example, I don't know, the Roman Catholic culture, no, or other one, no, and no, that you're being selective about them. You can bring.
This item I could only turn into money at best.
Like for example, bring. No problems. Bring the philosophy of Buddha or I don't know what shit, or Islamic or whatever philosophy or African philosophy. I know, but Roman Catholic, no. That one, no. That one no. That one no. This one yes. That one no. This one yes. When you do that, it's impossible to kind of like have a balanced integration because you are selecting pretty much. Hey, we can have. Look at that. We can have normal we can now buy normal potions, for example. So yeah, and that which is something of modern society, that's reflected. That is reflected in games. That's reflected in games, and we get games that are plain, and they all NPCs behave the same. Like in Baldur's Gate 3. You can see that I don't like Larian Studios and Baldur's Gate 3. It's because they prostituted one of the father of all RPG games. As a matter of fact. And I think that's terrible. That's absolutely disgusting and terrible. They prostituted the combat gameplay mechanics and everything, so I am merciless with Larian Studios. They prostituted the combat system of the father of all RPGs, and anyone who would say anything against that game, no. An extremist, a psychopath. Yeah. Sure, buddy. Sure. Sure. Excellent. That should scare the werewolves. You don't happen to have a smith in this town, right? Nope. Huh. We'll leave that for later. Alright.
An aura of power emanates from this item.
Good. Let's depart. Let's finish that one. And with that, I think we're done. With this section. Of course, we'll have to go back and do the other ones. Pretty good bloom, by the way, the ambience. I love the day-night cycle regarding the ambience. I forgot to mention that. So we have realistic weather, realistic geography, realistic medieval setting, realistic everything. Day-night cycle. We have an amazing ambience for this game. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I have arrived.
Good. I have arrived. Indeed.
Hello, stranger.
Thank you very much. Now that I'm safe, I can set up some. But first, your reward. Good.
Been accomplished.
Elder Scimitar of the Violent Rain. We don't need it.
What is it?
So yeah, the last thing that I wanted to comment is that involves going back to the elemental system.
Is victorious.
Why, people? Because the rate of looting the correct elemental weapons in this game is much slower. It took me a lot of time to loot the correct elemental weapons and pieces of gear for my build, and that's something that we don't see in Borderlands and Helgeland. Of course, yes, it takes a lot of time to perfectly that's a main good side quest, to perfectly tailor your gear in all RPG games in general, to perfect your build and everything, just like in this game. But in this game, it took me a lot more of time to just get to the bare minimum of having the correct elemental damage type that I needed. Kind of like I dealt mostly physical damage for a lot of time. So it's a slower, progression is slower, and that's something that should definitely be taken into account. I think this is a delayed quest, huh? No, it's not the main good side quest. It's a delayed quest.
Heretic.
In return, really, I can help you right now. Okay, pretty much. Then we're done. Let's go back to the main settlement, to the central settlement. What time is it? 8:22 p.m. Good. We can get up to 9 p.m.
I can't wait to find out how many heretics are hiding here under this cloak of bourgeoisie, spreading their lies.
Alright, looks like we'll have to leave the exploration of the unexplored regions, of those regions there. Has chef? That one? I wonder if that's the main quest. Ah, hey, look at that. Oh, here we have a smith. Good. Here we have a smith. As we turn in the quests. Ah, we have here another quest. Spider, please, appear. Also the soundtrack. Ah, right, the soundtrack. I have so many things to analyze about the game that I forget about them. The rate of the loot. The gold must have an manpower stage, blah blah blah. The soundtrack of the game has a different soundtrack for each region, but I hate it that I don't like that it has always the same combat music. Like I would have added, kind of like a lot of games have different area combat music for each one of them, and here we have always the same guitar. But well, considering that they went through the trouble of using a real band and song for the game, those are some extra points, that's for sure. What's that? The dog tag again. I collected that at the beginning of the series. This one is another delayed quest, so no. Let's turn in the other one. Ah, my pelts. Now I can start working
Has been accomplished.
on my mattress. There we go, have a good... Another wayfarer. 39, it's the same that I have. Okay, yeah, we have a problem. So already looted it twice. Here, the smith. We have a smith here, please. Let me get over here. This one? This one? The same. Very same. No, this one has a different price. Wait. It may have a slight difference. Wait. It may have a slight difference. Just saying. No, they are the very same, huh? Level 72, 72. Oh, let's go for this one. I guess it has a slightly higher price for a reason. No, first, what am I doing? First I need to remove the Legoril's Amulet. Regeneration time, gruesome inquisition, chance to have... Oh, yeah, I need this. We sell. Shit. Shit. God damn it. Shit, I'm an idiot. Yes, sell it please. What a way of wasting a million money. Shit. Here, the regeneration, and let's go for wet. Again, there we go. Thank you. Updated gear. Once again. What the? Huh? Ah, forge. Let's go. There we go. Okay. I'm using quite expensive gear. Oh yeah. There we go. Good people. Good. I mean, the game does have some more quests. Let me turn those in. We'll finish them today, people. We'll finish them today. If I can find my way there. We'll finish all of the quests today. Hey, where's my doppelganger? My dear friend, the doppelganger. Huh? What's the meaning of this? Let's not waste time going around, getting around the fences, people. Let's not waste our time at all. Wasting our time like that. No, let's get straight to the portal. Let me check. The connection is working. Here, perfect. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Let me get over here. And let me turn in the quests. Victory. There we go. Magnificent. This one. We need to turn this one in.
Your countenance will be erased from this world.
The
mission was a great success. Pain.
A strange pleasure. There we go. A strange treasure, sorry.
Know your master, demon.
There we go. But yeah, for today I wanted to focus on the innovation category of the analysis and the impact of and the grandeur category. Both the grandeur and the innovation categories of the analysis. Pretty much. Is that one the main side quest? Well, I don't know. I will first. Let's get to those last two side quests, shall we? Let's get to those two side quests, and let's get to those side quests and
to the netherworld with you.
And then let's see about that good side quest. To the other side quest, and then let's get to the good side quest. Let's get to it.
Your soul belongs to me. Back to the shadow world, skeleton.
But yeah, today I wanted to cover those two things, people.
One cannot choose where to spread the word, so let it be this village.
The elemental, the innovation the elemental system viewed from the perspective of the innovation category of the analysis, in the sense that how much the mechanics of Sacred 2 contribute to the genre it belongs to. Too many festivals, he also finds something to get angry about an inherent reason, which Lizard doesn't ignore Priest Messi. I will have to discuss the sermon with my family. Too many parties, but perfect. We can turn in the other quest here. Let me turn in the other quest if we can. Local answer was Toad Fork. Excellent. That's just what I said. Yeah, remember this one? We did this one the other day. We had to kind of like ask the Oracle. Fortunately, I have a resurrection mode there. We had to ask the Oracle. What food they had to eat to keep the tradition alive and those things. Good. So yeah, for today I wanted to cover the innovation category of the analysis and how the elemental system of the game influences the gameplay mechanics of it. So yeah, the end result that we get is that the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics in Sacred 2 is the highest out of all of the cases that I cited as examples. It's the highest out of all of them because of what I've said. Because of how the elemental system, it's just as complete as in Borderlands or Hellgate London, how it's perfectly mixed within the gameplay mechanics. So as a conclusion for today, it's the highest abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics. It has the highest complexity out of all of the abstract gameplay, the highest abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics in most elemental systems. I don't want to say that it's the most complex, because that would involve exploring 100% of games that have elemental systems, but definitely, because of the reasons that I explained at the beginning of the series, Sacred 2 does have the most complex one out of all the ones that I've seen, because of the logical arguments that we've commented. Right, we have here the one more side quest there, could it be? Remember, we're doing 100% completion of the game. We're doing 100% completion of the game. So we'll get to that one as well. We'll finish that one as well. We'll complete all of the side quests. Kill the old shaman. Do you know that old shaman, the one who sells soup? That miserable old dog sold us some of his rancid mac soup. Now we've got almost we all got Montezuma's revenge. One of us even kicked the bucket. He's gone too far. That wretch needs to be punished. Go and kill him for us. I'll give you some magic potions in return. Alright, we have one more quest before we depart. Two of them, because we also have Strange Treasure. We're roughly at the same distance. We can take it from here. We can go from here on. So, let's go over there. Damn it, they impair my movement. But as I've said, people, notice that how all of these things that I always mention, reviewers don't pay attention to. They don't even care about it, and see how they never talk about the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics or anything. People mostly play games, and reviewers especially, which is their job, they don't focus on any of these topics that certainly deserve much more attention, and people don't care about them. And it's absolutely sad. It's absolutely sad, because otherwise, the end result that you get is, as I always say, so you always get the same end result, pretty much.
Another offering. Run, fools.
You always get the same result. So, as a conclusion, Sacred 2 contributes with a lot of new gameplay mechanics that certainly deserve much more attention, like the ones that I mentioned. The complexity, the abstract complexity of the elemental system is much higher than the average modern RPG. In terms of the grandeur category of the analysis, characters act according to their personality, but we have even more to take into account. The level design combines procedurally generated dungeons with handcrafted dungeons, and it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible because this game was released back in 2008, and it essentially combines the level design philosophy of the early 90s, procedurally generated dungeons, like in like Morrowind and Daggerfall, with the handcrafted dungeons of Morrowind. You're back, it's good to see you again. I'm sure you'll be glad to tell me why you have drawn your weapon and that determined look of face. Alright, and with that we finish the last side quest. People. But yeah, as I've said, it always boils down to the same philosophy. People. That I've been commenting. Other innovation aspects of Sacred 2 are that it has it's pretty uncommon, besides Lineage 2, to stumble upon an isometric MMORPG game. It's quite uncommon to stumble upon an MMORPG game with an isometric camera. That
Can you feel death now?
With an isometric camera, because generally they're kind of like either over the shoulder or third person cameras when you deal with MMORPG games. So yes. The game, it's uncommon to see the implementation of an isometric camera on an MMORPG game. It's quite difficult. So yeah, pretty much. Hey, what's that? I can see that it's right over there. This has to be the place. Strange treasure, ambush, or no, they are the enemies that were previously. Yeah, they're pretty much the same enemies, people. There we go. Good. Let's increase our concentration and our gruesome inquisition. I should have kept one talent there, 1 point. Let's invest our points on 274, 282. They increase because of the new gear. Let's keep going with. No, let's go for vitality so it doesn't lag. It doesn't lag behind the others. So yeah. So yeah, people. I'm glad that I can share my that I can share my all of these on stream with you, because in most streams, in most other streams, people are either too afraid to talk about all of the things that we usually that I've been mentioning, kind of like they don't even talk about politics. But the other thing is that they don't have the capacity to do so as well at all, because in order to address everything that I tell you every night, it's impossible to do that without actually reading a lot. That's the thing. It's impossible to address all of those slight details in terms of the gameplay mechanics and everything without playing a lot of games, or in the case of the philosophical things that I discuss, without reading a lot of books. That's the thing. It's extremely difficult. You can never reach it. As I've said, relativism is always a closed system, which is it only works by ignoring metaphysical reality. Well done. That's just everything the shaman deserved. Here's the work. All right. I think I covered. I think we've done everything. Pretty much. I think we've achieved finally 100% completion. Let me see if I can do that one, because it looks like a quest that I took. It looks like a quest that I took, and we didn't, and we couldn't complete it. Meantime, let me check if the connection is working properly. I always want to ensure that you have the smoothest experience possible, people. I always love to do that. Pretty much. All right. So good. Huh? Don't tell me crashes. Now, fortunately, I saved some minutes ago. Yeah, pretty much it crashed. Damn it. All right. Damn it. We'll have to restart it. We'll have to restart it. We'll have to restart it. Damn it. But yes, I said I'm proud. I'm proud that all of you people, all of the followers of the channel, and also and all of you that visit me on stream, I am happy. I'm happy that I can talk about all these topics on stream, because most of the time what happens is that that streamers uh, don't even want to talk about all of these topics. Don't even want to talk about all of these topics, about all of these, about politics, about philosophy, about all of those things. And as I've been constantly telling you, they have a direct impact on all aspects of society. But in the case of game reviews, you get the problem. That it changes the focus of the analysis from the object to the subject. It completely changes the viewpoint, the focus of the analysis from the object to the subject. And when you do that, when you have a relativist mindset at playing and analyzing games, the only end result is that everything is a mere matter of opinion. It's a mere matter of opinion. And when you do that, the only way that closed relativist system works, it's by ignoring metaphysical reality. It's the only way it works. go. Get rid of him. Oh, careful. Let me deploy my buffs. Let me deploy my buffs, people. Before you try to kill me, let me deploy my buffs. So yeah, all of these topics that I analyze on the channel, they are extremely important because it's those subtleties, those subtle elements, they are the ones responsible for ensuring, for setting the game apart. So today we've discussed how the elemental damage system of this game, see how I could logically and objectively reach the conclusion, of the abstract complexity, of the higher abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics in an objective way. It's absolutely objective. This is not a matter of mental perception, as I always say in my metaphysical analysis of the game. It's not a matter of mental perception when I say that the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics in Sacred 2 is much higher when compared to Hellgate London, when compared to Borderlands. But the problem is that to establish all of these comparisons, to do all of this analysis, people, to establish all of these analysis and comparisons, you have to play a lot of games, read a lot of books, and spend a lot of time analyzing games. Something that reviewers don't do nowadays, that reviewers, streamers, and everything, they completely ignore nowadays. Because I get to the metaphysical aspect of it, and the end result of this, is that very few people can reach this degree of precision. As I always say, when you are analyzing metaphysical reality, as I always say, people, out of two opinions, there will always be one that's closer to metaphysical reality, even by a slight margin, even by the slightest margin, by the slightest detail ever. Let me change the quest so we can, let me see. There we go. Why is it that I have that quest marked there? I'll investigate it. Let me check the... We need to check the logbook then. Hang on a second, because I want to have a 100% completion of the game. Damn it, my bad. There we go. Let me check the logbook. I think I covered everything, huh? This is perfect 100% completion of it. Christmas has still be saved. The Undead Legion. No, these are the islands. It's this one, the Swamp region. Define the Fog, it's the main quest, so no. So yeah, I think we've finally achieved perfect 100% completion. Look at that, and I have enough time to check out the other sections of the map that I mentioned. We'll have to get through the T-Energy Coast, huh? But I guess we can do it. This one, I think they are related to this one. Let me see. Let me get to them, because maybe we can do them the good side quest before we get to all of those, and we can leave the other one for later. We are completing the region today, so even if I have to say a bit more, we'll do it. Beautiful spider, where are ya? Let me see. Alright, it's through here. The unexplored section, precisely. So yeah, people, we always go back to the same... Regardless of the aspect of the game that we analyze, we always go back to the same result. Hang on a second, let's see. That one is a delayed quest, right? Yeah, it's just a delayed quest. That's passing through. Alright, and this is... No, this region, we should still explore it. Let's explore this zone. It's the last zone of the swamp, I guess.
I have to check my inventory one more time.
Let's see, we have one last region that we haven't explored. But you notice how we always go back to the same metaphysical analysis of things.
Sacrificial animals.
That out of two opinions, there will always be one that's closer to metaphysical reality. Even by a slight margin, by a slight detail, it's closer to metaphysical reality. Never two opinions can have the same metaphysical value, because the second you get stuck in that line of thought, the second you get stuck in that line of thought, hey, we got a world boss, Swirling Mist of Miasma, and this is it's part of the main quest. All right, we'll do it today, then, people. We have one last world boss. This zone, the swamp, didn't have a lot of... He had ice resistance, right? It had ice resistance and that. It had ice damage, sorry. Let's go for ice resistance.
Otherwise, this stays here.
Let me get rid of them and get ready, because we have a world boss fight to finish this all. Swirling Mist of Miasma. Let's see, it doesn't have fire resistance. This should be easy. Let's go. You are mine, if I can target you. What the? Can I attack you? It's not fair if I cannot target you. With our almighty, all-powerful build, we should be able to make short work of this thing. Level 64, we are level 66. This should be easy. Let's go.
What's that supposed to be?
Ah, it slows you down. Okay. Then let me trigger my buffs. Is it me, or we're going up against two of them? Now I can see that the title will be Double Swirling Mist of Miasma World Boss. Can I target it? I cannot target that thing.
Bring Elvis back, T-Energy. Not
interesting.
Such as this.
Cannot target it. Cannot target that thing.
Do not
Yeah, I can see that the mold
Nothing but a fluke.
is the one responsible for creating two of them. There's an objective there.
I will redeem you.
Am I dealing damage or not?
Can you feel
The objective is in here.
now?
Are they taking damage? They should be.
Just a scratch.
Yeah, there we go. By the way, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
What move did you use that? Get me a pack horse.
Pretty amazing.
This stays here.
Mist effect here. Quite amazing.
Justifies all means.
We can take both of them on easily. Remember what I always say, people, the only way to get to the real nature of a game is to play it on the hardest difficulty, which we cannot do here, because I don't have access to it. But thanks to the mod, we are going up against two Mists of Miasma. In this case. There we go.
What's that supposed to be? This
Let's
is
go for
no longer
Clustering Maelstrom.
your world.
Amazing.
And this is only
Easy. The enemy break a sweat. They are forcing me to use my potion.
First,
I'll command them for that. I cannot directly target them.
command you back to the grave.
I cannot directly target them.
Undead,
Or can I?
back to the shadow. I don't have room for this item. justifies all means.
I cannot directly target them for some reason.
Your hate only fuels my anger. Bones to dust, to the netherworld. I command you.
Let me see if I try in that direction. I think I'm killing both of them at the same time. And I'm not even realizing. Ah, you killed my doppelganger. That's the problem. Easy. One dead.
Should clean up in here sometime.
No, wait, because I want to kill both of them. Because that's part of the challenge of playing the game mode.
Otherwise, this stays here.
Come on, summon your stuff.
I am your salvation. Recognize your mistake. Dead one, do not defile the
Look at that, I cannot target the swirling mist of miasma directly. What an interesting gameplay mechanic for a world boss fight.
Fully stocked.
What an interesting gameplay mechanic. See, I cannot target it directly. But there it targeted it.
Should clean up in here sometime.
Amazing gameplay mechanic. I wasn't expecting something like that. It's a pretty... talking about the innovation category of the analysis, that's perfect because... precisely the...
have room for this item.
I cannot tell the last time that I went up against a world boss in which I couldn't target it directly.
Otherwise, this stays here.
Okay, let's keep looting. And that's it. We just talked to this guy.
Wow, what a thrashing we gave it. You're a hell of a fighter. I wouldn't want to be your enemy. Anyway, let's not waste time. The fog will be back soon. Oh, look. Those are some pieces of the machine. We could fix the leak in the pipes with these pieces of metal. That would probably stop the fog for good. Why bother, though? It would slow us down and we won't be in this area for much longer anyway.
Alright.
That's exactly what I think.
Indeed.
Let's waste no time.
Let me save people. What an interesting gameplay mechanic. Look at that. It's a world boss. It's incredible how the world boss density is so different in different areas of the game. And with that, we are done with the main. Unless we take that. Wait, I think I need to synchronize the main good side quest with the evil quest. Remember, we are doing a modded 100% completion of the game, so we need to synchronize them. I
Like cities. A lot of unbelieving people meet in those melting pots. There is always a lot of work waiting for the Inquisition.
Indeed. Alright. That one is delayed, so I think I have to to do the other one. To start outside of the town. Like this. Let me get over there. But as I always say, people, the end result, the conclusion, the objective conclusion that we can reach due to the fact that we do a metaphysically realist analysis of the game is that, as always, never out of two opinions there will always be one that's closer to metaphysical reality. That's closer to metaphysical reality. And as a consequence of that, the end result is that out of two opinions there will always be one that is more precise at describing the object of analysis. And if we don't change the object of the focus of the analysis from the object to the subject, we can finally achieve objective conclusions that do exist and they are separated from our mental perceptions. So I think this is not part of a main quest or what? No, it's another delayed side quest, as far as I can tell.
Almost there now.
Almost there now, what? Yes. No. There we go. Get rid of them. And come over here. No, that's it. Well, then we finally achieved 100% completion. We find the fog, so as you can see, people, we are done with the lizard. I don't know with this one. How is that quest involved? Because we've done everything. I don't know what's about that quest. It must be related to Deadly Blue, maybe? Mutating speeding spider, this one. A guard spoke of some mutated spider around here. I'm supposed to kill them. Ah! It has to be that one. Has to be that one. Let me see. Mutated spitting spider. It has to be that one, huh? It has to be that one, huh? It has to be that one. Let me go over there. Let me go over there and cover that one. It has to be that one. So, mutated spitting spiders. And I feel 11 out of 20. Has to be somewhere over here. I mean, the quest zone cannot lie. There, I see some T energy there. Perhaps it's close to it's close to those.
Do not confuse bravery with madness.
Mutated the spider. Blah 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 blah.
Your countenance will be erased from this world.
Let me see. The area should be over there. This is weird, people. The objective is right there. Any mutated spiders? Nothing at all. But we'll see.
This won't be easy.
Do you see any mutated spiders?
Hate.
Because I don't see a single one of them. Define the fog. Deadly blue. Mutated spitting spider. The guard spoke about some somewhere around here. Oh, let's see. It's somewhere around there. Well, I don't know, because we're doing a 100% completion of it. So let's see.
You are revolting.
They should be somewhere over here. Spider, I don't even see a single spider. They weren't over here. If I remember correctly, they were... Let me see. If I remember correctly, they were more or less over here, the T energy enemies. If I remember correctly, they were over there. Oh yeah, energy. Might need to charge my mouse. Yeah. They should be over here, more or less. They should be over here. Okay, yeah. They should be more or less over here. If I remember correctly, mutated spiders. Yeah. But well. The thing that I wanted to analyze today, we've been able to analyze them, fortunately, people. So, good, good. think they were over here, more or less, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were over here. The fact that we're going up against double world bosses for all of the main bosses of the game tells me that it's a common pattern of. Now you know what? Let's explore them. Let's get to the final zone of the swamp. Let's explore the final zone of the swamp, shall we? The swamp, the final zone of the game. There, let's explore the final zone of the game there. So we have a long journey. I want to explore that section. What the? Deadly Blue? Ah, look at that. This one? Ah, it's the same. It's the same. Okay, alright. Then we'll... Perfect. In a pretty twisted and incredible turn of events, we will be able to combine... Alright. We'll be able to combine the last side quest with what I wanted to explore, because there will be a lot of mutated spiders here. Good. Good, but well, as I always say, people, as a conclusion, that we always arrive to. The game has a lot of original ideas, the ones that I mentioned at the beginning of the series. The ones that I mentioned at the beginning of today's stream. The elemental damage system, how it perfects, how it expands upon the philosophy of Borderlands and Hellgate London.
Almost there now.
The realism. There we go. Here we have one. Good. How? Don't worry. There will be a lot. There will be a lot of those in here. So yeah. I wanted to cover the innovation category and always everything and the discussing DEI and SGB policies that indeed make game the plot of a game and the several and the storyline and everything so different when compared to old school games that definitely were free of DEI policies and communist writers that simply ensure that games will have a terrible unrealistic setting that definitely decreases the quality of the grandeur of the impact of the ambience on the player overall. So yes, in case you are interested, everything that I'm saying is 100% true. Google Sweet Baby Incorporated. That one is it's financed by the Canadian government in that case, but they are all over the place with different names and companies, and they essentially bribe, so include DEI policies of inclusion and those things in your games, and that destroys, that completely annihilates the very purpose of creating a historical of character cohesion in games. It completely destroys it.
Give your energy to me.
It completely destroys it, and basically
Newton, give your energy to me.
Has had an extremely negative impact on games storytelling. So yes, yeah, pretty much. See, this is one of the incredible level design choices of the game that I've always praised. Hey, there's a mutated dragon, our friend. There's a mutated dragon. And look at that, it's level 64. See what I mentioned, that I love how the game scales to my level.
Bring
Oh, no, careful, this one will
not
kill us.
putrescence such as
Definitely
this.
this is the most powerful boss in the game, but no, today we're not here for you, my boy. We've already covered this, we've already beaten this boss. So yeah, I'm glad to see that it's as powerful as ever. This is the most powerful world boss in the game. Truly a challenge. Truly a challenge. That we did the other day. That we did some weeks ago. The detection range is amazing. See how it's following me? The mutated T energy dragon. You only master this game once you kill that one. Once you kill that boss. Otherwise, you're still not. You still haven't learned the gameplay mechanics of this game. Until you don't beat that one, you truly haven't experienced. You haven't gone into the true nature of the game. The fact that looking back, the fact that I did it so early in the gameplay, in my gameplay, it's absolutely amazing. So yeah. I want to get to those zones because I want to explore them and leave everything perfectly damaged. Stop impairing my movement, please. There's no need for that. Stop
Bring
it.
Elvis back, T-Energy.
Get out of here.
Putrescence such as this. It seems I have reached my destination.
Yeah, because there's a spider here. And like that, we complete the quest that is from Adoration. I guess this tells you about the potential of the level design in Sacred 2. I could come back to a different region, complete a fetch quest, and now we have to turn that in over there. Look at that. God damn it. But no, first we'll explore that zone because I wanted to explore. I want to reach 100% exploration of it.
The pain. I want to get out of here.
I need to reach 100% exploration of it.
Victory.
Remember, people, we are doing a 100% completion of the game. And I am seeing this through. No matter what. So let's get over here. Let's keep going. We're almost there now. Let me save, so just in case the game crashes. I've updated the guide in case you're interested of this game. I've updated the guide. Right through here. This should lead us right there. I've updated the guide in order to make the game work properly with the mods and everything. So yeah. In case you're looking for a way, this is a dead end. And how do I get over there? Damn it. Damn it. There we go. Move it.
Soon, I will hold sway.
See, but they scale to my level. They are level 61. That's amazing. It's incredible how the level design it's enhances replayability to the maximum. Look at this. I cannot explore that zone. What? Now there has to be a way. Has to be a way. Ah, yeah, I remember this zone. We didn't explore this. Yeah, I think I remember this zone. Careful, we need to stay sharp. Yes, I remember coming here, a Temple of the Gods, but then... Yeah, through here?
There are no opponents worthy of an Inquisitor like me.
Like this? Yeah, it's like this through here, through this remote corner of the map. Look at this. This is the swamp region. Look at these people. Look at this. Yeah, I forgot to do this when I originally explored this zone. Alright. I wonder when we'll get the experienced cartographer. Amazing physics by the water there. Look at the ripples. This is insane. an insane amount of realism for 2008. You can tell there, and like this you explore the whole place. Alright, you explore the whole waterfall system. Perfect. And the plateau, what about the plateau? And there's the entrance to the plateau. There we go. Look at this. Some minutes ago we were down there, and now we're up here. Look at that, people. Look at that. Let's get to the plateau, because now we have truly, completely mastered the map. Look at the plateau. There, we still have to explore it. Remember, we are doing a 100% exploration of the game, and 100% side quests. So yes. Good. So this is the famous plateau. What do we have here? A Hydra. Ah, yeah, I would have encountered this type of enemy much earlier, because this is technically part of a swamp. Now, I've gone up against a lot of Hydras, but by now, but it's true. Hey, this is kind of like something wonderful. Something wonderful. I smell secret area. I smell something crazy. And like this, from here you can see the swamp. Damn, I talk about the level design complexity. Talk about the level design complexity of the game. Absolutely amazing. Something wonderful. How do you access that zone? I need to access it now. Shit. Quest? Some quest or something? What a mysterious dungeon. Now I cannot live with my life. God damn it. Something wonderful. We've scored. Oh wait, you can access this through here or not? Hang on a second. Through here? Can you access it? No. No. No, it's completely isolated. A secret zone, people. We have a secret zones here. Something wonderful. Damn it. Well, now we've truly reached the end of the map. Alright, we completed the world boss of this zone. We completed everything. We have to turn in that. But well, first, before I use my teleportation, see if... Well, we'll leave this mystery for next time, I guess, huh? I was about to see if we could search for it. Something wonderful. Let me see if I can search for it for a second. Give me a second. Give me a second, because maybe I can search for it on my second monitor. Sacred 2. Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Dungeon. Plateau. Swamp. Locked. I don't know how to access it. I generally don't like looking up for things, but well, in this case, you have to get the switch in the forest south of the desert. Oh. You have to get the switch in the forest south of the desert. Shit. Wow, it's difficult to describe how to get there. Search for a teleporter. Oh, right, it's a secret. Alright, so an absolutely... Oh. Alright, so in order to get to get into this secret zone, you actually have to... But they mentioned jungle. Could be from here to the forest. This is a swamp, actually. It could be this one. To the south. A switch, and there's a switch. Well, that's like finding an ant in the middle of a jungle. damn near impossible. Alright, I'll put a pin on that, and we'll leave that alongside the other pin of exploring Shulun soon. There. Okay, so I'll remember this one. I'll remember this secret dungeon to the south, and I'll investigate it. Okay, let's turn in our quest and call it a day then, people. As I always say, ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure sharing this Thursday of Sacred 2 with all of you. Hope my metaphysical analysis isn't way too much for you when I start talking about all of those things, but as I always say, bottom line, out of two opinions, there will always be one that's closer to metaphysical reality, and thus saying the relativist mindset of saying that everything is a matter of opinion, it's a fallacy, and we can see today regarding the innovation category of the analysis and pretty much everything. I cannot move, damn it. I hate it when they impair my movement. And everything that we saw today. Hope it's not way too much when I say that metaphysical reality is not the sum of mental perceptions, but it has an inherent existence independently from our mental perception, as I said, and that this is a gaming mouse because of its specific combination of molecules and atoms. Let me move, please. You are so unbearable. A specific combination of molecules and atoms and all of the crazy stuff that I say on stream. But I hope it's useful. I hope it's useful for you people, because at the end of the day, it ensures that you'll listen to a different opinion, to a different mental perception, and that it will indeed expand your horizon of viewpoints about the game, about metaphysical reality and existence itself. Because without it, you get to the end result that everything is a mere matter of opinion, and reality is simply the sum of mental perceptions. And like that, when I am analyzing a game, when I'm analyzing a game like that, we just get to the relativist closed circle that pretty much you like Diablo 2 because you like Titan Quest or something along those lines without reaching any objective conclusions. So, as I was mentioned, all this is important. We did a world boss today. We beat that miasma thing. You really did it. I'm impressed. Blah blah blah. Good. And with that, we have finally finished all quests in the swamp region. Hey, I'm beginning to think that I know why we get 2 world bosses. I'm beginning to think that I know why we have 2 world bosses. Because since we are doing a dual campaign, and the world bosses are the same for each of them, we are getting one for the good side campaign and good for the evil side campaign. Now I've realized it. We get 2 main world bosses for every storyline. That's why we're going up against 2 of them. Good. Good. And this quest is endlessly delayed, I guess. You? Well, nothing at all. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much, guys, today we covered all of the Southern Swamp Bridge. What's that? What about this one? It should disappear. Is it bagged or what? I completed that quest. Yep. You only have to find the fog. Pretty much. It's the same. It's related to define the fog. Let's finish it so I don't get any... Sorry, I need to have everything perfectly sorted. Have everything perfectly sorted. Yeah. Before finishing the stream. I need to do it, people. We have another dungeon there. Let me update the main quest because I think they are somehow related. That the other one will disappear as soon as we complete the main quest. And this is it for today. As I always say, thanks from the bottom of my heart to all, especially to all followers of the Twitch channel. You all encourage me to continue, you especially encourage me to continue showcasing and analyzing all of these forgotten gems that certainly deserved much more praise back in the day. You are truly the most important and integral part of the stream. Thanks to anyone, to all subscribers of the YouTube channel, from the bottom of my heart, and anyone who might have taken the time to watch this as a YouTube VOD or a Twitch VOD in general. To those of you who do that, I definitely I'm definitely thankful if you eventually discover my metaphysical analysis and everything, and you follow the channel and drop to chat with me and everything pretty much. So here we have the door. So thanks to anyone who might have taken time to watch this as a YouTube VOD or a Twitch VOD in general. And like that, we update the main quest, which will begin next time. But there we go.
No honeymoon period.
Let's see. Yeah, and there it's updated. There we go. There we go. So this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, it's been my pleasure. See you all on Tuesday. And as I always say, always beware of. I hope, and as I always say, all enjoy. I hope you enjoyed my metaphysical analysis of Sacred 2 as always. Remember, as I always say, out of two mental perceptions, there will always be one that's closer to metaphysical reality in its detailed description of it. So definitely hope all of my sections of the analysis are useful to you, and that, as I've said, I am glad that I can share all of these thoughts on stream because you are a mature audience and can understand that that is not about what they say, the far right extremism and those things, talking and analyzing all of these aspects of the game that certainly deserved much more praise. So, conclusion of today's stream, we got a lot of innovation. Sacred 2 has the most complex uh, elemental system has the most complex elemental system I've seen in a while, and we'll continue exploring it until we get to the final analysis of the game. But as a conclusion, it brings a lot of new elements to the table. The complexity of having defensive and offensive elemental systems that are enhanced by the relic system of the game, and also all of the things that we've analyzed, from the gameplay mechanics to the level design to everything. The realism today, I wanted to focus on the realism of the medieval setting of the gameplay, to the medieval setting of the ambience and the impact it has on the player, the different sound samples, the fact that it's geographically realistic, that the weather is realistic, that all of those subtle details make the cohesion to the player. I could perfectly tell that the developers of this game invested a lot of time and effort creating a cohesive society as a whole in the game, in the ambience of the game, to finally create a very realistic experience for the player, and I think we should value that a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure, guys, and see you all on Tuesday. Hope you have a great weekend, and I hope all of my mm, metaphysical explanations um, at least give you, as I've said, at least I contribute to you listening something different than 99% of the things that you usually listen to that honestly don't contribute to anything because they are always the same. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure. See you all on Tuesday. We'll continue with the analysis on Tuesday regarding other aspects that I have. And remember, we still have to do the special surprise that I have for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my pleasure. See you all on